Welcome to Silver School, where we teach you how to get out of silver on your own merit. You see, there are two ways of getting out of silver. Option 1, have higher skilled friends carry you out. Option 2, do it yourself. While option 1 is easier, you will be out of silver, but you will still suck at the game. Option 2 will require more effort, but you will find it easier to handle yourself in your new Nova skill group. I, the Brainiac, will teach you the skills to get out of silver in 2020, having only recently done it myself. Today we will be going over the much anticipated subject of teamwork with other silvers in a solo queue matchmaking setting, where you are only one among the many, with no familial ties with any of your teammates. This is important because in Csgo it is the best team that wins, not the best player. Today I will be going over 8 different points that will help you be the glue that keeps the team on a good trajectory. Even if your team doesn't know or appreciate it, it will get you the win, and wins are how you get out of silver. For the sake of explanation, I will arbitrarily divide the whole player base into 2 types, the loud and the silent. The loud ones demand, yell obscenities and try to take control, gives running commentaries, while the silent ones will never ask for help verbally. They hardly communicate, except maybe through that puppy-eyed stare. You need to help both. For the type loud, this one is easy. They will yell at you to save them that orb or the AK, or when the round starts and they see you have money, they will ask for a drop. They will most likely be specific. Do it. Even if you have a dislike of your teammate, remember that you are here to win, so don't over-engage with him. If you do have the money for it, you can buy him that weapon or save him that orb. Even if he doesn't offer to buy you anything in return, it is still less expensive for the team as a whole. For the silent type, they will not ask you for a drop, even if they need it. It is important to know that when you have 4 rifles and 1 pistol on your team, you are worse off than when you have 5 rifles. It's basic math. So if you have the money, ask them if they need a drop. Some will cooperate, saying anything. Try to buy them a weapon you have seen them use before, as this shows that they are comfortable with that weapon. Or sometimes they will tell you what they would like. Sometimes they give you no response, or they will tell you that they don't need a drop. Next round, just buy the gun and throw the guy with it, because he is an idiot. You need guns to win, so just give it to him if you have the money. Important aside, when you press the buy button, you can see what your teammates are buying. Watch out for this guy. I call him no armor guy, or the courier guy. You see, when you are not wearing armor, enemy shots will make your cursor shudder. This is known as aim punch. So if you buy a decent weapon but no armor, you are basically just delivering the gun to the enemy team and serving them a free kill. If you have a tendency to do this yourself, stop it. If you see someone on your team doing it next round, watch the money. If you see they don't have enough money for a gun and armor and you have enough to solve the problem, do it like this. Hey Purple, you buy armor, I'll buy you a gun. Chances are he doesn't even know that all the kills he gets going forward is thanks to your selfless sacrifice. Neither does the team know that the round you just won was because of you. But that's okay, humility is what keeps you a good team player, and you are here to win rounds and get out of silver, not to look good. Not saving with your team is bad, because even if you have money and you are the only one, then all you will most likely be doing is buying the enemy team a gun. You see, when you have 4 pistols and 1 rifle going up against a team that has bought, your teammates in the majority of time will get slaughtered, maybe taking out 1 or 2 enemies, leaving you in a 1v4 or 1v3, and most cases you will just die as well, which results in them picking up your weapon for free. A lot of times, if you have the type loud players on your team, they will immediately call out that they are saving. You should immediately acknowledge it and say that you are saving as well, putting pressure on the other teammates to do the same. Otherwise, what sometimes happens is that your teammates will decide that they will still buy, leaving you in a weird situation, where if you lose the round, the next one will probably be another one where not everybody can full buy. If you have type silent players on your team, you should, as soon as you see that the money is getting low, initiate team save by saying something like, "Hey guys, what do you think of doing a full save this round?" Even if you have money to buy, it is important that either everybody has guns or not. Otherwise you get into that yo-yo situation where one round 2 guys will be saving and 3 buying, and the next round the 2 that saved will be buying, while the other 3 are saving or ecoing. So you will have a lot of rounds where you are not playing at full capacity. The same argument goes for the force buy. If you are playing on a team that force buys when you feel that a save or eco was the way to go, then you just go along with the team mentality, as this will keep the team economy and weapon usage in balance, as the next round all of you will have to save followed by a full round buy. Sometimes you will find yourself in a position where you are the one with a lot of money and everyone else is poor. In this case, you can, instead of doing a full save round, initiate an eco round by telling your team to buy armor, and you drop each one a pistol or SMG of his choice. We all have our favorite spot on the map and places we don't like to play, but unfortunately, someone has to do it. Here's what I mean with taking the open spot. A default setup in cash is usually something like 2 players A, 1 player mid and 2 players B. So you, being a good team player, do not yell out "I'm going B" when the round starts. Rather let your teammates call out their positions first and then you choose the spot that's left. If you have one of those shy and silent types, he might not shout out the spot. Rather just wait for the round to start and see where it goes. That way you can get the spot that's left. Another element of this is switching spots during the rounds, as sometimes your teammates may feel uncomfortable on a certain spot. The type loud will usually ask something like, "Yo, can I swap with someone on B?" And then you reply like, "Sure, where were you?" And then you swap spots with him. Even if you don't like his spots, you become a better player by learning to play the whole map. Another thing you will notice is that the type silent players will usually feel uncomfortable to ask someone to swap with them. You will just suddenly notice on your minimap that the player has decided to rotate to another position without informing anybody.
If you are that player, it is bad style.
When you see a player does this, instead of calling him out for it, you just do a silent swap with him if he is rotating onto your spot. If you were playing B and he was playing A, now all of a sudden he is running B, just be humble and go A, thereby restoring the harmony of the team across the whole map. If you see someone is getting absolutely owned on a spot that you know how to play pretty well, maybe just ask them if they would like to swap positions with you. Just say, "Hey Blue, do you want to swap positions with me?" And they'd be like, "Yes please." Now you go play that spot and play it well, and you get that win to get out of silver. The nothing to lose approach. Sometimes if you are playing C2 and you get absolutely owned by the enemy team, one approach I've adopted in my games that had great success was simply to ask the team if we could all shuffle. Everybody goes and plays a different spot than they were previously playing, and believe it or not, sometimes this just turns the game around. Because we all have individual styles of play in which we feel comfortable. Sometimes it's just the wrong play style at the wrong spot against the wrong opponent. So if you have nothing left to lose, just do it. Do the shuffle. If you are playing Inferno, everybody knows to molly the barrels and smoke off CT. However, if your team is pushing mid, your molly would have been better spent on patio combined with the smoke towards arches, if this allowed your whole team to enter safely into top mid, instead of wasting it on your solo banana assault. You want your whole team to be able to take a bomb site, thereby increasing your chances to win the round. When it comes to using utilities for team benefit, then playing with the type loud player is in most cases more advantageous, as the type loud player will usually be the one to say, "Let's rush B," and inform you that they will molly the barrels, allowing you to keep your molly to apply pressure on a different part of the site, thereby increasing your chances to take control of the site as a team and to win. The problem with the type silent player is that they will not usually tell you beforehand where they are going to use their utility, and you might end up in a situation where it happens that both you and the silent player throws your mollies on the same location, thereby wasting a molly. So as a general rule, it is a good idea to call out where you are going to use your utilities beforehand, so that the type silent players know not to molly barrels as well. Or even better is to ask the type silent player if he would molly barrels, thereby if he agrees you know that you can save your molly to put pressure on another location, thereby getting better team benefit out of your team utilities. Teamwork with strangers is hard, explaining it briefly even more so. For that reason I will now take a break in this lesson, and in the next video we will continue with 4 more points on how you can be a better team player among strangers. For now, practice putting these 4 points into play and immediately start reaping the reward. That's it from me, the Brainiac, for this lesson for now. Class to be continued.